So we've got another Defender 90 in, and this one is about to embark on the full Cambridge car audio experience.
Hi guys, I'm Simon. This is our customer's Urban Defender. Today we're going in with 90 sheets of soundproofing and new speakers front to back with a sub underneath the rear seat. Let's get to it. Right, so that's it. Sub's now mounted, all the speakers are done, soundproofing is just about finished, and then it's on to putting panels back in. Let's get this one finished. Right, so the car's all done, sounds fantastic. Time to get it ready, back to the customer.
So that is the install all complete. You've seen all the behind the scenes work of our team working absolutely brilliantly to get this car to where we are now. So we're all complete, and now it's time to just run you through a bit of an explanation about some of the products that are in the vehicle and go through selection of why we use them, and also go into a little bit more detail about those finer things about building an epic sound system. And then later on in today's video, I'll actually be sitting in the vehicle and you guys will be able to actually listen to this system with me and experience this absolutely bonkers system for yourself. So let's start off then with what our client was after. So our client main thing was after an OEM look, that factory OEM plus design. And he actually watched one of our previous videos, and I don't know if you follow us, you'll know this. We've done, I don't know how many of this new shape Defender. There's a couple of reasons for that. Firstly is the rattles. These things rattle like absolute crazy. Most of the time it's because things are not actually tight inside the vehicle. So I'll move on and talk about that in a second, but main reason is that, and then also actual overall sound quality in the vehicle just really does lack. So in pretty much every department, I mean, there's no kind of way to put it. This car had the Meridian system in it, which is like the upgraded version from there. I mean, as you've seen from our channel, there's so many of these that we've done. There must be a reason for it. Some of you might be happy with the system, however, many of you aren't. And the reason is basically because of what's called reference point. Reference point is the way I refer things to as it's what you've heard before, it's what you know. And if you know that there's better out there, if you've listened to a car that is better than what this system has in here from stock, you'll be thinking it sounds bad. And this is one thing, once you've had a proper system done with the Cambridge cardio treatment like this, yeah, there's hardly ever anyone that goes back to having a stock vehicle because they've experienced better. So every time they get in the car, they're disappointed on their next car. So they always come back. This is a new client of ours, so it's the first time he's experiencing the full Cambridge cardio treatment. However, I just want to run you through spec. So to begin with, OEM look. So we've gone for the tweeter that sits in the OEM location. That is the Audison Voce AV 1.1 tweeter. And then you've got the Audison Voce 3 and Audison Voce 6.5-inch mid-bass. Again, stock look. There's one little subtle change that we've tried on this vehicle. We've gotten rid of the Meridian badge and actually embossed here the Cambridge Car Audio badge, which look absolutely incredible. It's just that little touch. It's very OEM, but it's like an OEM plus design. We've obviously retained the Meridian badge because this system is fully reversible. So when our client decides to sell this vehicle, he can actually remove the entire system. We can put the Meridian system back in, and the only thing he loses is the labor and the soundproofing, even all the cables. Because we're using connection grade cabling throughout the entire install, we're not just doing the beauty part where I've seen it so many times with installers. They sell connection grade cable, they do or use high-end cable, and they just use a little bit of it just to show the customer that it's in there. However, the rest of the system doesn't have any in, and they use really, really cheap cable throughout the rest of the system. However, that is not the case at our site. Everything is done properly, and we focus, and the reason why we dedicate so much time and effort to these YouTube videos is so you guys can actually see behind the scenes work that happens on a Defender or any vehicle to get it to the right level. And that is why they sound how they do, and also that is why our clients always return as well. We've also in this vehicle gone for rear fill, so we've done a two-way Audison Prima set. So we've got a tweeter which basically sits pointing kind of backwards as such, but just behind the head here, and then you've got a 6.5-inch mid-bass driver, which is the Audison Prima range. However, we're using the Audison Prima P version. They're just a higher performance version, and because this system is running what's called fully active, what it means is that we can actually tune every single independent component. The amplifier is the 12-channel Forza amplifier, and it's actually mounted in a boot area. It's hidden, you don't see it at all, but that 12-channel amplifier is running fully active. So three-way front end, two-way rear, OEM locations, no real difference here. The only difference in the front of the vehicle is the Cambridge Car Audio badge, which looks really smart and in OEM location. And then we've just flushed in the little sub controller here. So we've got the 10-inch active sub. So let me move over to the back of the vehicle now and show you that part. So on these Defender 90s, if you own one of these, you'll know. For such a big vehicle, boot space is really, really, really minimal here. Obviously, this has got the rear seats in there, and it just leaves hardly any space for a sub or anything to be loaded into here. You'd even struggle to probably fit a suitcase in here. So, our client saw one of our previous videos quite a while back now that we did that, and on that particular spec we have the 10-inch active sub on the floor here. However, on this particular spec of vehicle, and these Defenders are varying quite a bit depending on what space is available underneath the areas. So underneath this floor you see the Land Rover foam here, which has the jack position, but underneath there we've actually mounted the Forza 12-channel amplifier, which I mentioned earlier is running fully active, and that also is the brain of the system because that has a processor in it. So that 12-channel is underneath there. However, what we've actually done, it did take a little bit more work to do, but well worth doing, because what we've actually managed to do is retain the floor space entirety. So we've actually mounted the 10-inch active sub on this particular spec of vehicle because there was quite a lot of room underneath those rear seats. We've soundproofed the entire enclosure underneath there, which takes a lot of work, and then we've added in the 10-inch active sub completely hidden out of sight. And you are going to hear in a little bit how good this system sounds and how much depth you get. Reason is because we've also bolted that sub down underneath the vehicle, which looks, it absolutely transforms that sub and it makes it really, really nice and solid. The other thing that we've done to the vehicle, which is very important to what I mentioned earlier about one of the key reasons these vehicles come into us, and the main reason they do is because not only just they sound absolutely horrific from stock, but also what it is those awful rattles. What we've done on this vehicle is added in 90 sheets of skin soundproofing. So soundproofing is a 3mm layer that reduces resonance and also builds a better acoustic environment for a system to work in. And then it also reduces road noise. So basically everything but the roof on this particular vehicle has been done. All the entirety, as you saw earlier in today's video, right at the beginning where you saw the B-roll of all the work, all the panels all the way across the vehicle, and this is going to build a solid environment for the new system to work in. And later on when you listen to the vehicle, you're going to be able to hear how solid that sounds. Thank you so much for watching so far, but stay tuned guys, we are about to jump inside the vehicle and we are going to listen to it, and we are going to be able to experience, and I'm going to share this journey with you. You're going to be able to listen to the incredible system of the Defender 90. Oh my. So we're going to play a couple of tracks so you guys will be able to kind of listen and just experience it for yourself. So I'm just using Spotify here via Apple CarPlay. The darkest night is always seen. Wait on the night and the clarity is incredible. So this is without a sub. So now I'm gonna slowly bring the sub in. There you go, you can feel it there. That depth, that's on about half. Which actually for me is probably about right in this car. I mean that's probably literally on half. So if I turn that up, there's so much depth there. Personally, I'd probably run that on about half. I mean, the depth here, the mid bass, just everything sounds really good. That kick there, that mid bass. Over the moon with the finished results. So this client has actually opted to go for our collection and delivery service by driver. So we have loads of different ways that we can get the vehicle in. So we have clients that are all over the country, all over the world. Chatting to someone at the moment in France, we're literally all over the country. Later on in this month, we've got someone coming on from Austria. I literally travel all over the place. So we do lots of different ways of getting a car from your house over to us, no matter where you are in the world. Obviously, if you're local, that's absolutely fantastic. However, if you are that little bit further afield, if you go over to our website, we've got like a transport section, loads of different ways of doing it. So we've either got hire cars, we can drop you off at the local train station. We can also offer collection and delivery by a couple of ways, either by driver or by, actually we can do it also via an actual transporter, and that's enclosed or open transport, depending on your choice. And we also offer full international transfer now as well. So wherever you are in the world, you can have the Cambridge car audio treatment. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video on yet another Defender that we've upgraded. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.